Hello, everyone. Good evening to you all. I am the Spaceman, and I'm coming to you from my living room couch tonight because I want to share a special message to you all that is very important to me. And it's about this situation that we're all in right now. And I say we're all in this situation because we are all in this situation together. Whether you're perfectly healthy right now or whether you've contracted this terrible pandemic illness, this COVID-19, it is a very serious thing. It's not something to take very lightly. It may be looked at, and you've probably heard information that it's not a very serious thing if you're healthy and it's only like a mild case of the flu or a cold. Here's the deal. This COVID-19, the coronavirus, if you happen to develop a persistent cough, tiredness, fatigue, and a high fever, I would suggest to you not to play around with that. I would suggest to you to immediately call your doctor and find out what you can do and whether you can come in and get tested, where you can get tested, and what precautionary measures you can, not precautionary, but how to medicate for this, and whether or not the doctor can treat you for this at that time, whether it's necessary to be treated, how bad it really is at that point, all of these things, okay? Personally, I mean, I've made some joke video, a parody on this, and I make parody videos from time to time, a little bit of a comedy edge to them. A lot of people probably might find them in poor taste. There's no harm intended in those videos, I assure you that. No sinister thoughts put into any of those videos. In this world, there is a sense of humor to be looked at in every situation. Whereas I understand this is not funny. This is not a funny thing. I see people all over Facebook laughing about this, joking about this, writing things, putting up posts about it. Whereas where I can understand that to a degree, that that's their way of dealing with this, obviously. So I try not to look at it like it's a malicious thing towards anyone or mocking anything. I look at it like, in a way, it's their way of dealing with the stress, the worry, and the burden that people are carrying right now with this. There's a lot of people that are getting very sick from this. I've seen videos all over YouTube. I've had friends of my friends that are in the hospital with double pneumonia. There's some very serious issues with this. This can get very serious. It's nothing to play with, okay? If you get sick, you need to call someone right away and find out what to do. And you need to be quarantined. You need to stay away from other people who are elderly people. I've offered my services to people in this park where I live. I live in a 55 plus community, and I have offered myself up to the people. I put a post on the website where if any elderly people need someone to go out and get them groceries or get them something and they can't go out because they don't want to risk contracting this because of their age or their health. So don't think that I am being like, a smart aleck about this. I'm not really. I have joke videos. I know there, and there's probably some people who take them in poor taste. Unfortunately, they're not intended to be in poor taste. And if you understand something about life, you'll know that all comedy is based on some level of someone's misfortune, whether it be slight or whether it be heavy, or whether it's all based on misfortune, someone's misfortune. All comedy is, all humor. So if you see someone, making a joke, you may not take it as a joke, because you may have someone, in the family who is sick. I suffer myself from mental illness. I suffer from OCD, anxiety, and depression. And I joke, I actually at times make fun of myself for my own, because it's like when you can laugh at yourself, it's like, you're there, you've grown up, you can actually, you're not taking yourself too seriously. But that being said, I pray for people all the time, and I am going to continue to pray for everyone who is sick with this. It's very, very unfortunate. It's unfortunate for this country. This has happened, and one of my worst fears is not the actual illness right now, but is the economic stability of this country. I more or less fear an economic collapse, more, believe it or not, more than I fear contracting this infection, because I realize that an economic collapse could be very, very, very serious, and it could bring up a whole nother amalgam set of issues, okay? So, look, anyone out there who is sick right now and in the hospital, I feel for you. I mean, I really do. I am sitting here thinking about how it's very hard to breathe with this. If you get this, you could become very sick to the point where if it gets serious, it's hard to breathe, okay? And we take this for granted, I think, every day, that we breathe normally, and some of us don't breathe as normal. Some of us have other illnesses such as asthma or other things. I have high blood pressure, so I'm at risk too if I get sick. I'm actually considered at risk. I'm 56 years old, and I suffer from high blood pressure as well as anxiety. So, I mean, don't think this is not like a scary thing for me. It is. It's very unnerving, okay? I'm doing everything, taking every precaution I can. If I touch surfaces, I immediately sanitize my hands, wash my hands. I do not touch my nose or mouth until then. I do not use my shirt unless it's a clean shirt that I just put on. Then I might use my shirt to wipe my mouth or something, or scratch my mouth or rub my mouth, or if I get an itch somewhere. But do not use my hands. So the whole thing with these are the precautions we have to take. We have to try to distance ourselves. So the whole deal. You've seen the whole deal on. I'm sure you've seen it. It's all over the media. So the media is scaring a lot of people with this right now. Whether they're doing that intentionally, I don't think they're doing it intentionally. This is journalism. I won't get into any of that. That's controversial to that field of work. We are actually being put under a kind of silent kind of martial law right now. We're headed in that direction. I mean, when everything is shutting down and there's curfews, and we're headed towards martial law, medical martial law. So this is a serious thing. This is not something I would hope this is going to go away within the next 3 weeks, but nobody knows what's going to happen with this. So All right, so, I just want to say out there, I will keep all you guys in my prayers. And, if I put up a video and it's kind of a comedic parody or something to that degree, I don't intentionally mean it to be malicious or anything. Okay, guys? So it's just comedy. You may not even think it's funny, but it's just a little bit having a sense of humor. So you all take care, and I will see you in the next corner, around the next corner in the next video. See ya.